legend living. Another living legend.
Walter, I'd like to begin with you. You mentioned in the introduction that this film had, the script originated in the 70s, I believe you said. Can you talk a bit about the journey of how it came to
Where's
be?
Dennis? This desk in 78, 79?
Damn, I was born that year.
Me too. How did it come to be from 78, 79 to 2016? You can give a few
Well,
minutes.
obviously very slowly. The script presented me, I thought it was a terrific premise, very exciting, very audacious, obviously. I was busy with other things, doing some films. I never forgot, and I think it was around 1990, I called Dennis and optioned the screenplay. And then I co-wrote a screenplay, and we totally screwed it up. And it wasn't a good script, and I abandoned the project. And then another 10, 12 years goes by, and I'm rooting around the cellar, and I found Dennis's first draft, and I read it, and I thought, this could work. There's a way to do this. So I sat down and began to work on the script that became a graphic novel and became the film that you folks just saw. And after about a year and a half, I think, of trying to piece the finance together, here we are.
Sigourney and Michelle, you are both known for some iconic badass characters. I'm wondering what it was like for you two to be in the scene together. How did that dynamic play out?
I love her. I gotta say, I just love her.
That's mutual. Of course, it didn't work out very well for my character. But I just want to say what an honor and a privilege it was to work with Walter finally, because Walter produced and wrote Alien, and I wanted to work with him. Just an amazing experience, and to work with Michelle, who did such an incredible job. I only got to do a couple of scenes with her, and the second one didn't work out well for my friend. I forgive her.
And there's one more icon who's not on stage, but whom we heard, who is Giorgio Moroder. Can you talk about getting him to score the film?
Well, we had a very limited budget.
Shoestring, baby.
And I said to Saeed, I remember, I said, look, we're going to have to find somebody very rich, wants to do the movie because he likes the movie, or she likes the movie. Or we're going to have to find somebody that's very poor, but quite ambitious. Somehow, Giorgio's name came up about a day later. I've known Giorgio, actually, not well, but for a number of years. And so we called Giorgio, he looked at the movie, and he was in Italy, and just coming in, he had a back operation. He had a couple of reservations. He was not, and his son evidently said, "Are you kidding? This thing's terrific." So we committed to, but he had to work from Europe with Rainey, who was in Los Angeles, and you can do so much via the internet now, and it's just unbelievable the links. So that's how our school was done, and they did a fine job.
I love the organ music as you come into my world.
He was such a great megalomaniac in this.
So I will open it up to the audience. I think we are all fans of films that everyone here has worked on, but let's keep it to the film that we just saw is the suggestion that I put forth to you. So I will also repeat the question for the benefit of the audience. We'll go right here in this tan colored shirt.
Oh, and before we start, I want to say Sally sells seashells by the seashore. The list that you heard in the production, we're going to fix that. It's not part of the performance.
Yeah, there's a bit that's out of sync, that's slipped out of sync, I noticed too. So these will be fixed.
Frank Kitchen is not Mike Tyson.
Yes, the tinter. So the question is in regards to how Frankie's character stays more masculine. Maybe Michelle, you can talk about that before.
Walter, he wants that to be a steely bastard. He's against any of that shit. I tried putting that femininity in there anywhere I could. He was like, it is what it is, you know? And so Frank Kitchen is a steely man, you know. His emotional concepts of the world are just, they're under the eyes, and, you know, they're very subtle. That's the only way I could play whatever emotion I could, so the feminine aspect of things. I just pretended that the hormones were making me, you know, act weird. But I tried to sneak it in there. It's just, you know, it's a steely killer, you know, he's an assassin.
They're up in the balcony. We'll go right here with the cell phone.
I thought this was Kelmar, it's very fast. Well done.
Thank you.
Perhaps you can speak to the genre elements in this. This is, of course, your wheelhouse, but there's some combinations, of course, of including the graphic novel imagery as well. So can you speak to a bit to the genre aspects of the film?
Well, I think I said this a little earlier. The movie was meant to show a certain reverence for movies of the 40s and 50s, noir. There is a cycle now of films called neo-noir that I'm happy that this is probably an entry into. I don't know what to say other than the movie is whatever its faults, and I'm sure it has some. It is very self-aware. It is not a free flow. This is a movie that is quite conscious of the antecedents of where it comes from, and self-reflexive, I think the scholars say.
Dude, what's up with all that Shakespeare folk, man?
Right here in front. Sorry, Michelle, I cut you off. What was your question? So the question is how quickly Michelle and Sigourney signed on, or also maybe if Walter wants to speak to casting too.
Well, Sigourney, I think, was in Hawaii, and we sent her the script, and she called and said she wanted to do it. It seemed like about a week later, so. And Michelle and I did really a very short dance. Michelle and I didn't know each other, and we met for lunch, and we sparred, and we sized each other up, and tried to figure out who was tougher and all that, and who was going to be the boss and that kind of thing. And so then I surrendered, and I said, I thought she could. I came away from the lunch feeling very strongly about Michelle, and I thought she could play the part, she could be the part, and I said, if we can make a deal, let's get her. And I was 100% correct.
I was in a place in my life where I was looking around and I just felt monotony everywhere I turned. It was just cycles of things that I've done before, and it just felt like I looked around at my life and I said, I need to shake things up. Last time I did that, I ended up doing Machete. Machete kills. It comes about, every 4 years. Sometimes it'll happen in 2, but I was literally at the point of screaming, pulling my hair out, and then Walter Hill came out of nowhere with this script, and I was like, there is a God. Because when you get that angst inside where you feel like you need to break free out of your own skin and do something new because you're not learning from your environment, you might as well kill yourself because life is over. So I was really happy that he came and when he did.
So we have time for about 2 more. We're going to go right here. So the question is about what it was like to play Frankie.
Very itchy. It was very itchy. Oh God, was it itchy. And the balls, the hair. It's not good. Chin plant, And then every time I would lift my hand, it would scratch it. My hands are so feminine, I had to keep putting my hands back down. It's gnarly.
Don't give away the secrets.
It was gnarly. Yeah. I loved it. I never felt more like a woman than when I played this role. It's true, because you never know. You're a tomboy most of your life. You love guns. You run around, get dirty, and you look at your girlfriends who hate dirt and love high heels, and you think you're masculine. And then you play a man. And then you're like, maybe not so much.
I walked right by Michelle. I walked right by her, and I didn't realize that she wasn't a guy. And then I heard her voice go, Sig. Believe it. I kind of looked Middle Eastern, didn't I? A little bit. A cute guy.
So we'll go right here in the plaid.
I was wondering, what year did the graphic novel come out, and was it also called Reassignment? Was that the name?
Tomboy, man, don't say that name. Ugh.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Our title is not something that, it's a rather complicated issue. We made the movie under the title Tomboy, A Revenger's Tale.
That's perfect.
Which I like that title very much, and it's still that in my head.
Mine too.
The graphic novel came out in, I think, March or April of this year in Paris. It's only been published in French. I wrote another graphic novel that came out a year ago, a gangster story in Paris, same publisher, Sept. And the French title, I'm not good at French, but basically translates as body and soul. They couldn't figure out how to do tomboy in French, so they call it, as I said, body and soul. We made it under the title Tomboy, A Revenger's Tale.
It's a good title for America or English-speaking countries,
No.
Well, thank you all so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Please have a big round of